Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Luke and I talk about classic vintage designer fragrances here on this channel. In today's video, I want to talk about my most worn fragrances for the month of January. So my favourites, most used scents and 2 skincare empties as well. And I definitely plan to continue wearing these scents well into February and March. I'll also do a quick perfume banter at the end of this video. There's a few things I want to talk about, especially about the state of the perfume community, the perfume industry. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Cue in the intro. So the first scent that I actually got in January, and I've been wearing it a lot, is Twin by Azzaro. And this one is such an underrated scent. Virtually no one talks about this one. If you type this into the search bar on YouTube, you'll probably only find 2 or 3 videos. And Sarah Mays, she did talk about this one about 2 months ago, I think, and she also decluttered it. What a shame. It's such a lovely, musky, powdery scent created by Anique Monado in 2008. People compare this one to the original Noah, but to my nose, this smells like a softer, more muskier, more powdery version of Chanel Allure. And it's just very elegant, sophisticated, alluring, but also very simplistic, wearable, and just perfect for a night in, or a day out, or a morning in, or a morning out. It doesn't really matter. This goes any occasion, and it's not that weak actually. Do not think this is a weak fragrance. No, you can put 10 sprays of this on. It won't be too strong, but it will be this soft, musky cocoon that surrounds you. It's beautiful. The bottle is a bit gaudy, a bit inappropriate looking, but you know, I love the fragrance and I'm glad I got it. The bottle is actually really nice, really heavy, really sturdy. Good quality box as well, so I highly recommend this one. This might have been an expensive designer fragrance when it came out, but in 2026 you can pick this one up for about, I would say, 25 euros, dollars, pounds, under $30 for sure, and it's an 80 milliliter bottle. So that's Twin by Azzaro. Speaking of Allure by Chanel, I've been wearing Allure Sensuelle a lot recently, and this one is not at all like the original Allure, which is more of a powdery, floral, vanilla. The Sensuelle version is a spicy, balsamic, patchouli take on the original Allure. The DNA, the essence of Allure is definitely there, but this is an entirely different fragrance. The patchouli in this scent is intense, almost herbal, woody, and it gives this fragrance a slight medicinal quality. But it's got some fruity notes and some dried fruits, I believe. The rose, the spices, the pepper really, really lift this fragrance up, and it sort of becomes something similar to Coco Mademoiselle in certain stages, but it's also similar to the original Allure, but it's also very unique. It's a very interesting combination of dry and sweet, powdery and spicy, creamy and pungent. However, above all, this fragrance is very mysterious and I simply adore it. So if you haven't tried it, march yourself down to the Chanel counter at your local department store and give it a try. You won't regret it. So speaking of mysterious, which has become sort of our word du jour today, I need to talk about Dior Dune. This is just the most stunning, fresh, ambery, aldehydic scent. I wear this every winter, in the dead of winter preferably. We had lots of snow about 2 weeks ago, and I was wearing this one for 3 days in a row. It just hit the spot. I talk about this fragrance every now and then, and I always talk about the notes and the accords. I won't do that in this video. It's just so unique. It's a mix of fresh, aquatic, breezy, floral, woody, balsamic, mossy, as well as musky. It's such a unique scent. I've not smelled anything like it. You know, there are a few fragrances that remind me of it, but there's nothing like Dune. I would recommend, if you like Dune, I would recommend the original Aroma from Laura Biagiotti. I'm speaking Italiano, as you can see. I don't speak Italian, by the way. I'm just taking the mickey. And the other one is Crazy Crizia by Crizia, I believe. Both from the 90s. Crazy Crizia was my mum's signature scent. As soon as she smelt my bottle of Dune, she was like, oh, this reminds me of Crazy Crizia. And I really want a bottle of Crazy Crizia. It's getting very hard to find. You have to go on eBay. Long discontinued. Roma is still available. That one you can get for about $20 to $30 euros, pounds. So it's sort of affordable. Dune is also still available, but they seem to be phasing it out. Very hard to find. You won't find a tester bottle at your local Dior counter. They usually have it down in the drawer or somewhere in the back. You have to ask for it, which is annoying, but enough about Dune. I have a full review on my channel. I shall link it down below. The next one I've been wearing is Cašmir from Chopard, and this one for me is like an easy reach. Whenever I don't know what to wear, I reach for this one. It's affordable, it's easy to wear. You can put on 2 sprays, you can put on 10 sprays, however many you want. It's a delicious vanilla scent from the 90s. It's got some peach. It's just a tiny bit gourmand, not a typical, not a modern gourmand. It smells like a fragrance from the 90s. It's balsamic, it's sweet, it's peachy. It's got some cinnamon, and I have a full review on my channel. I'll link it down below. This next one will come as no surprise. I've been talking about this one. I've been banging on about this one for months. This is Angel Stella, and this is a pistachio flanker of the original Angel. I love this one. I won't even talk about it. I have a full review. I'll just link it down below. And if you want to hear me talk about it, you can watch that video. But this has been a favourite of mine. I'm already planning on getting another bottle. I don't have much of a dent, because even though I wear this at least once a week, I never put on more than 4 sprays because it's so strong. This next fragrance, well, this is not a fragrance, this is a pure perfume. This has become my go-to bedtime scent. So if you allow me, I'll share my lavish evening routine. I have a bath and I put eucalyptus oil in my bath. I get out of the bath, I put my pyjamas on, a fresh pair of pyjamas on, do my skincare, make my tea, and then I put 2 drops of Chanel No.5 on my wrists and go to bed. And I'm in heaven for at least an hour before I fall asleep. And then when I wake up, I can still smell it. And the next day, it's still on my pajamas, because this is the pure perfume and this is vintage. It lasts a very long time. Even though it's not the strongest version of Chanel No.5, it doesn't have much projection. It stays close to your skin. I've got a few empties to share with you. No perfume empties, unfortunately, because I just can't seem to use anything up. I've got too many fragrances. Let's not even go there. But I've got 2 skincare empties, because skincare is something that I do actually use up, buy something new, use it up, buy something new. I love trying new things. So the first thing that I used up is this cream from Lancome, and this is the Nutrix Crème Riche, so the rich cream. And when they say rich, they mean rich. This is a very thick, occlusive moisturizer. It stays in your skin. It probably has petroleum jelly in, because it's sort of like Vaseline. I love a thick, oily cream for the winter as a night cream, of course. I do not use this during the day. Will I repurchase it? No, I don't think so, because I want to try some other creams from Lancome. This one's not that pricey, and this is not the absolute line. And the other cream I used up is the Estée Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Cream. This one is really nice, also a bit pricey. Will I repurchase it? No, I don't think so. I want to try something new. Have I seen any results? I wouldn't say so, but keep in mind, I haven't got any pronounced wrinkles around my eyes, so it's kind of dumb of me to waste my money on eye cream, but you know, they say prevention is key. Last but not least, I want to talk about the state of the perfume community. Are Middle Eastern clones ruining the perfume industry and the perfume community because dishonest influencers keep pushing these scents, leaving people disappointed and scammed? So is this going on? Gabby Loves Perfumes talked about this topic in her latest video, and she says there's too many releases, too many brands are looking to make some easy money. So, you know, they're churning out hundreds of these clones every month, and all these influencers are reviewing them, are getting them for free, reviewing them, loving them, selling them, and people are buying them and they end up disappointed. So this is not exactly what she said, but she talked about this. But from now on, this is my opinion, okay? Don't come for me and don't come for Gabby. So what's going on with these scents? For the most part, these scents are very cheap, quickly made, synthetic fragrances that are full of ambroxan, full of cheap synthetic oud that simply does not work for me. It turns my stomach, and I'm not being a perfume snob. I love cheapies. I love affordable things. I love fragrances that smell nice, but to my nose, these Middle Eastern scents are just, some of them are just vile. And obviously there are some that are very good, some very good clones out there, obviously. But most of them, I think, they just smell absolutely awful. And I'm not going to blind buy 10 fragrances and play the Russian roulette, basically. I'm not going to do that. So I do think the future is in smaller indie brands, as well as vintage designer fragrances and classic fragrances. So I would say vintage is the new niche. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. Vintage is the new niche. And the same thing is happening in the fashion world. People are still over-consuming, Shein and Temu hauls and doing things like that. But more and more people are turning to pre-loved, second-hand, thrifted and vintage clothing. I know I am, and in perfumery, I see a similar future. What's already iconic is there to stay. That's not going anywhere. The Middle Eastern stuff will be forgotten in 5 years, but designer brands and good quality niche and indie brands and fragrances and perfumes and brands that have a story to tell, that have something to say, that have something to add, some artistic, some emotional value. That's what people remember. Those brands will be here to stay. And designer brands, some of them are, in my opinion, damaging their reputation by releasing hundreds of new flankers and hundreds of versions of the same outfit. That won't really last, if you ask me, but they will eventually recover as long as they don't discontinue their classics. They will recover. So that's pretty much everything I've wanted to say. Please let me know in the comments if you agree that vintage is the new niche. I thank you very much for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel if you wish to see more content like this. Have a great day. Bye.